Da, 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 do. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio fan commentary of Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Sorry, I can't even say it without laughing. Anyway, I'm joined by Jack, and we're going to watch, just for you guys, we're going to sit through Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, the second of George Lucas's Star Wars prequel trilogy. I haven't watched this for a while, so this will be interesting. Like all the other commentaries, this is a non-profit commentary. We're just people who like Star Wars, not necessarily fans of this film, just commentating on this. So yeah, if you want to follow along, if you actually want to follow this commentary, if you actually want to watch Attack of the Clones, stick your Blu-ray layer and follow along. Jack, is there anything before we begin?
I'm sensing another twin dilemma.
Oh god. Yeah, if Anakin and Padme, well, yeah, it's funny you should say that because they give birth to twins.
Lol.
That's until the next movie, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh god.
Shall we begin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. Well, this is the best bit of the movie.
Yeah, the 20th Century Fox logo. Lucasfilm. Oh god.
And Lucas.
2 or 20-minute shit fest.
Long time ago, in a script far, far away.
Well, I like the opening, but after that it goes downhill.
Well, the credits are good. Don't knock the credits.
I said, yeah, the opening's good.
I said, like the end credits as well.
All right, yeah.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Here we go.
Attack of the.
There is unrest in the Galactic Senate. Several thousand solar systems have declared their intentions to leave the Republic. This separatist movement, under the leadership of the mysterious Count, has made it difficult for the limited number of Jedi Knights to maintain peace and order in the galaxy. And, Christopher Lee, rest in peace. Senator Amidala, the former Queen of Naboo, is returning to the Galactic Senate to vote on the critical issue, creating an army of the Republic to assist the overwhelmed Jedi. But there's more to it than that. God.
Is there?
Yeah, the fucking love story.
Oh god.
They missed out that bit in the opening crawl.
Oh well.
You know, I have to say, like,
it's interesting the way this pan. Sorry to interrupt, but it's interesting how this is the only Star Wars film where they pan up instead of pan down.
Yeah, that is actually a bit strange. But also, as I was saying, I mean, The Phantom Menace, like this movie, both of them open on such boring shots. Like, at least The Force Awakens opens on an exciting battle scene. This just opens on a snore, and Revenge of the Sith opens in an action scene. The first two prequels, just nothing. Like, what? Like,
I mean, I'll say the CGI is good, George, but there's just far too fucking much of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, actually, looking back on it now, the prequels haven't aged well. Other than probably Revenge of the Sith, the CGI...
It's because what makes the original trilogy stand up more to the prequels is the fact that a lot of it is practical effects and models, which don't date in the same way that CGI does. Because CGI, there's an obvious fakeness about it. You know,
as Mark Kermode said in his review, Lucas, if you can't do it with plasticine or red cups, then you can't do it. Lucas has picked out in CGI. Get his computer off him.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this scene already, it's so obvious these actors are against the CGI backdrop.
Yeah, that's why the acting is so bad, because they don't have enough real environments to work in.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, oh wow, well, this opening has really shocked me, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I guess there was no danger at all. Shock, horror, bang. This is only the start of it.
And it's her decoy. It's so fucking obvious.
I thought we'd go over this, George. The fucking decoy thing in the Phantom Menace was confusing enough. For fuck's sake.
Well, I mean, it doesn't get better from here.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice to know that the acting hasn't improved.
It's 15 years ago this year since this film came out.
That's true, actually, yeah. Natalie Portman hasn't aged a day, actually.
She's the best thing to look at in this prequel. I'll say Ian McDermott is good in the prequels.
Yeah, for the scenes he's in.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see why they went back to change Yoda in the Phantom Menace because it didn't look consistent. But it's like in CGI in Attack of the Clones. It just looks awful.
Yeah, I mean, the CGI Yoda is nothing compared to the puppet Yoda. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, yeah, I mean, if you compare like Yoda in like Empire Strikes Back and the Jedi, you know, I mean, he's there. I mean, the puppet is actually physically there. In Attack of the Clones, it's just so fucking obvious that he's not.
Yeah, it's weird because Yoda's such a fun character in Empire. He's such a ball of life. He's a lovable. In the prequels, he's boring as shit. Other than Revenge of the Sith, he's boring as shit. You know, he's so serious.
Revenge of the boring shit.
So, what the hell is Jimmy Smith? He doesn't do anything.
I mean, that's for Samuel L. Jackson in the Star Wars films. I like Samuel L. Jackson. He's good in like Pulp Fiction and Hateful Eight and a lot of Tarantino films.
To be a Jedi.
Yeah, but yeah, in Star Wars, he's far too, you know, he's far too like, you know, I'm Samuel L. Jackson, you know, the oppression of the Sith will never return. You have lost. Like,
die,
too
motherfucker.
aggressive.
Like, surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean that scene like where he's like encountering like Palpatine in like in Revenge of the Sith when he's pointing a lightsaber at him. I could just imagine him like in Pulp Fiction saying, "Say what again, motherfucker? Say what again?"
Recently saw The Hitman's Bodyguard. I didn't review it, but it was quite a funny film, and he was pretty good in it. I wonder why she questions why they want to assassinate her. Well, Natalie, you did give a bad performance in the last. Yeah.
One thing I will say about Samuel Jackson is he hasn't aged that badly. I mean, he's in his 60s now.
Yeah, I mean, now he's starting to age a little bit, but I didn't realize he was like in his 50s, like when he did these movies.
Yeah.
Fucking Jar Jar Binks is there as well.
Oh God, we've got the introduction here of Hayden Christensen. They don't act again.
I haven't seen her in 10
years,
Master.
Even from this first scene, he is so fucking wooden. He is so fucking awful. Like, I mean, he's terrible. I mean, he's just a pretty boy. I mean, let's be honest.
It's a joke.
Yeah. Only got Jar Jar Binks again. Jesus.
But at least Ewan McGregor's good, but Anakin, like Hayden Christensen, when he's like, "Oh, years, Master," it's like, he's a fucking stalker. He's stalking her for 10 years, and she hasn't aged at all. So what the fuck?
Yeah. This bit is just awful when he's like, being around your presence. It's intoxicating. Annie? More beautiful, I mean. For Senator, I mean.
You'd have think in the 10 years that passed that Jar Jar would have died by now.
Yeah.
At least Ewan McGregor tries.
Annie? My goodness, you've grown.
Oh God.
Oh,
Jesus.
that's creepy.
The dialogue is so cringy.
Oh, I guess Attack of the Clones definitely has the worst dialogue in the series. I'll give it that.
I mean, I think you agree with me that it has the worst script, but I think
I think the script for the Phantom Menace is, but
the dialogue is
yeah.
just so cheeseball. I promise. Interested in protecting your master, of course.
Why? Words of Woody Harrelson. He's so emotional.
God. He's wooden. He's just one note. I'm sorry, but he's just one note throughout the whole fucking film, and that note is fucking shit.
Intoxicating.
Oh God. I mean, he's a fucking creepo. I mean, I don't know how Padme falls for him. I mean, she probably just it's just probably because Hayden Christensen's good looking and that's why she falls for him. But apart from that, the guy's a fucking creepo. You know, I haven't seen her in 10 years.
I mean, we get to all that later, but
Jar Jar Binks. I mean, you know, we've had enough of you in Phantom Menace, so just fuck off.
The reason that the Republic goes to shit, he gives the Chancellor emergency powers.
It's like giving Hitler the emergency powers.
Be mindful of your acting. Hey, don't act again.
I mean, the CGI, I mean, like Alan said, it's very good, George, but there's, I mean, I said this in my review, you know, watching the actors against the CGI, it just looks like a fucking cartoon.
Oh! We get Django Fett.
Yeah. That's one thing I will say about Force Awakens and Rogue One is at least, even though they do have some CGI, at least a lot of it is model work. At least they realize, you know, when not to use CGI all the time.
Yeah. I just think the opening of Attack of the Clones is too slow. It just takes ages to get going. I mean, it's just as slow as the Phantom Menace. And, I mean, when we finally get to some action, it does pick up. But right now, it's just...
For me, it's slower. I mean, this is a longer movie, and it just drags.
You feel the length, definitely.
It was... I could sense everything going on in that room, including her masturbating to me, master.
I can sense everything coming on in this movie, George. Lucas just proves in this movie and the Phantom, his direct and his rusty.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Lloyd wasn't great, but at least you could excuse a bit of that because of the fact that he wasn't a proper actor. I mean, Hayden Christensen, just fucking atrocious. I mean, you know, every scene that he's in, he emits no fucking emotion. His voice is just the same. He's like, hey, Ewan, I love Padme. You know.
To be fair, in Hayden Christensen's defense, he does better in Revenge of the Sith. Not much, but a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he either goes from extremely flat and dull to like, you turned her against me!
And I'm evil.
I mean, this opening scene is so stupid. It's like, why would you send worms in or maggots or whatever the fuck it is to kill Padme through the window? Like, what?
To poison her. Like, yeah.
You just blow it up. Blow her room up. You know, instead of sending in a fucking maggot or whatever it is. Like a worm thing.
I guess assassination attempt too obvious because they tried to kill her in the plane, the ship.
Yeah,
I don't mind this scene too much. I can see why they did it, but it is kind of worms.
I mean, like I said to you earlier, I mean, ever since I was a kid, Attack of the Clones was my least favorite. I mean, it wasn't until I recently rewatched it though a couple of years ago that I thought it was that bad. You know, I mean, the movie's just, you know, I mean, it's got this terrible love story. You know, the action is all just fucking CGI. The plot is just, you know, who gives a shit? I mean, the clones, you know, I mean, the fucking groans.
Yeah, and the acting is still wooden. Other than Ewan McGregor, who is actually decent. And they made him look quite like Alec Guinness as well. Politics, politics, politics. George,
Yeah.
no one cares.
Yeah. Oh, this scene is so stupid where like Obi-Wan jumps on the fucking droid. I mean, how the fuck is he like still holding on to that thing? I mean, I know some people might like this action scene, but it just does nothing for me. Like, it's just, I mean, you're just looking at it and it's all just completely shot against a CGI like screen. It's like, who cares?
Yeah. To be fair,
yeah, that's one thing I will say. I mean, John Williams, throughout most of the Star Wars films, his scores remain one of the best things about the movie.
I don't mind this action scene too long.
I mean, it's like he tries to add in this comedy as well, which just doesn't fucking work. Like all these stupid aliens, like, oh, there's Sebulba, you know.
This chase would have been much more, not been so long.
Yeah.
They needed to cut out half of this chase. Attack of the Clones is too long. It's way too long.
It should have been 2 hours at the most. I mean, it feels like a director's cut.
Yeah.
At 2 hours 20.
Sith is the same, but it moves a lot quicker.
I mean, it's funny. This film came out the same year as The Two Towers. I know which one I prefer.
Yeah. And Star Trek, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
I'd die another day.
We got 2 stink fests that year, but 2 good sequels as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so stupid. Like, how the fuck can Obi-Wan, like, you know, glide himself onto the fucking, you know, car? How does he do that?
I've got no idea.
My very young apprentice.
I can't find his
How much younger than you?
God, Anakin, just shut the hell up.
Yeah. Maybe like the sound effects are weird, like the woo.
Well, to be fair, I'm watching this on Blu-ray. It does look pretty good in high definition.
Does it look more like obvious so that it's CGI in Blu-ray?
I think because this movie came out 15 years ago, the CGI is dated slightly. I mean, it looks good enough for what it is, but there's just so much of it.
I mean, that's
I never got that bit. You know the bit when he's like, pull up, Anakin, pull up. And then Anakin's going, I never understood that bit.
He's Lazenby. Yeah, I mean, this chase is just far too long.
To this, you didn't have the fucking fight, and then they're looking for her in the bar as well. It's like, just cut this down. Dum, 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 dum. The music I like.
Yeah. This chase is too long.
We haven't even got.
I mean, at least with the original trilogy, these would have all been models, you know?
Oh, the dialogue just crackles.
Can you imagine if Anakin said, "Now this is pod racing"?
Yippee!
No, it's like Hayden Christensen's with Obi-Wan. I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
Whoa! That's the only time he delivers any emotion, I think. I mean, it's nice to have more action than the Phantom Menace, but even so.
Will you excuse me? Like, it's so fucking stupid. Like, he jumps off the fucking space car, and somehow he manages to land on the other car without breaking every bone in his body. You know, this is a fucking cartoon. You know. People say like Kingsman: The Golden Circle or Kingsman: Secret Service is over the top in terms of action. This is just ridiculous. You know, he manages to, you know, jump off a fucking space car, you know, fall hundreds of feet and land on a car without breaking every bone in his body. You know, what? What is this logic, George? You know,
God. What the hell is this? How's he not falling off?
Yeah.
I mean, this action scene was fun at the start, but now it's dragging, and there's no weight to this bit. Like, how the hell is he hanging on?
Yeah, it's just stupid. Oh yeah, and Obi-Wan manages to capture the lightsaber, you know. Just stupid. I mean...
Oh, what the fuck? Such a weird visual effect.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, that face thing is just so weird.
Whoa!
Oh!
Okay, Linguini. Oh, I've got your gun! Oh!
The way Anakin just falls off, he's like, oh! Yeah, I mean, this chase scene has gone on way too long. I mean, we're already 20 minutes into the movie. You know, come on, George.
Whoa! Oh dear.
The look of the city reminds me of like something out of Blade Runner, like George Lucas just said, oh, I'll copy Ridley Scott.
It does actually. Yeah, you're right. Coruscant. Obi-Wan.
Are you on the bit where they're walking into the club?
Almost. She's just run in.
Yeah.
Anakin.
She went into the club, master.
And she went into the cloth master.
Sorry, master. We went in there to hide, not to run.
God.
Yes, master. Next time, try not to use it. Yes, master. This weapon is your life.
This weapon is your life.
Try, master.
I'll try, master.
Don't say that, master. You're the closest.
Like, what the hell? What I don't get is in Attack of the Clones, he says, oh, Obi-Wan's like my father. And yet in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin's like my brother. What the fuck? Which one is it?
Yeah.
What are you going for? Like, I don't understand. Are they meant to be like fathers or like brothers? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, George Lucas never explains it.
Yeah. I mean, there is one good scene in this where it's like, you want some death sticks? He's like, you don't want to sell any death sticks. I want to go home and rethink my life.
To be fair, that is a bit of a dick move from Obi-Wan. It's like, just go and find her. I'm going to have a drink. It's like, oh, okay. He doesn't want to help her. Some death.
Yeah. Sticks. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's just like, oh, I'll have a pint while you go look for her. It's like, imagine, you know, Obi-Wan, you know, going over there for a Carlsberg or something, getting pissed drunk.
Fosters. G'day, mate.
Lightsabers.
You think?
God, they have like a.
This is quite a good scene, actually. One of the better scenes of.
You know the way he cuts off her arm.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that scene from A New Hope where he cuts the guy's arm off, like Obi-Wan in the bar. And
Yeah,
Mos Eisley.
It's meant to be a reference to that, I think.
Yeah.
What the hell was that line? Jedi business. Go back to your drinks. Fuck.
Yeah.
Why I do? Tell us now.
Unless she gets shot. I mean, look at her face now. It just looks like, what the fuck? CGI is terrible.
Yeah, that was just weird. Oh, tell us now.
I'm really acting here.
Toxic dart.
Attack of the Moans. Oh, God. That's what they should call it. Attack of the Moans.
Attack till the end.
And the Jedi Council just sitting on their arse again, doing nothing.
To be fair, they do make an appearance at the very end. I'll give them that. They do more.
I think
in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I think that was George Lucas trying to apologize for the Phantom Menace, because I mean, one of my main complaints of the Phantom Menace was the Jedi Council just sat there and did fuck all. Like
they didn't do anything. Yeah, they finally get off their butt.
I mean, yeah, I can understand why they changed Yoda for Phantom Menace, because it would fit more in line with the prequels, but the CGI Yoda is just crap.
It's just weird. I mean, I don't mind it for Revenge of the Sith, because Yoda's not really more than Revenge of the Sith. It's just like weird, especially with the Count Dooku fight at the end.
Yeah. Well, this is the first scene where we see sort of Palpatine, you know, charm Anakin, I guess.
Yeah. He likes the bad boys. Maybe Palpatine's gay. Maybe this the whole point to lure Anakin into his bed. Use the dark side of the Force. Strike me.
Strike me down with all your hatred.
Oh, I mean, can you imagine, like, Anakin having sex with Anakin must be fucking great because of the metal arm that he has at the end.
Well, it turns out that the Emperor was actually the midichlorians that fucked Anakin's mother.
That was bullshit. I didn't understand that. Alan said it perfectly. Are we talking Jesus Christ here?
Yeah. I mean, this is always kind of irritated me. Like wee flying disc thing, like force back into balance.
This scene is very bland. Like when they're just walking through the Jedi Temple corridors. Like George, have you ever heard of production design? Why can't you just do what you did for A New Hope?
Yeah. I mean, 99.9% of all the sets in the prequels are CGI.
Sets? What? Sets? Oh, they're sets. Oh.
Even a lot of the characters are CGI.
Yeah. You know, Padme, if you put Jar Jar Binks in charge, away, that's it. You're fucked.
I laughed at Mark Kermode's review Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the CGI animated film. He's like, he's finally gotten rid of all flesh and blood off the screen. It's all CGI.
Sometimes you must have requested of us.
Annie, you've grown up.
And you haven't. Right, Padme hasn't aged at all by 3 years. It's only been 3 years since the Phantom Menace.
Don't get me wrong. Obi-Wan is a great mentor.
Well, she's aged.
Wise as Master Yoda.
Wise Master Yoda.
Powerful as Master Windu.
Powerful as Master Windu.
Yeah. I am the chosen one.
I hate them.
A lot of ways. I'm really ahead of him. I'm ready for the trials.
So in the Phantom Menace, we had a bratty kid, and in this one we have a bratty teenager. Oh, George.
It's worse.
He never loses. He doesn't understand. He doesn't even pull it off well.
It's
not
fair.
fair. Do it well.
Obi-Wan confiscated my Xbox. It's not fair.
Where?
He's like a little kid, you know. You don't understand me, Obi-Wan. I hate you.
You say that he's grown up, but he hasn't grown up at all.
He's so fucking creepy coming on. He's like, please don't look at me like that. He's just such a fucking creeper. Comfortable. Sorry, but like, ooh, that laugh face he gives is just so creepy.
I'm sorry, my lady. You know what, Natalie, we're with you on that. He makes us feel uncomfortable.
I mean, I don't understand how she falls for him. You know, he's a creepo.
I mean, yeah, he's a pretty boy, but that's probably why. The only reason. A good actress. She really is. She won an Oscar for Black Swan, but you'd never guess that from watching her in the Star Wars prequels.
I mean, she was in Leon the Professional. That was like her first film, and she was like 12 when she made that. She was great in that film. She was great in, you know, other films as well. But, you know, Star Wars, she's a fucking plank of wood.
Yeah. Well, she's not so bad at Revenge of the Sith, but what's to do?
I mean, I will say she's better at acting than Hayden Christensen.
Well, I think Hayden Christensen did at least try in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Like in the second half of the movie when he turns evil, but in the first half he's still giving the same bland woodenness.
Yeah. I agree with I agree with Alan. Like, why does like Padme always have to wear these like odd like clothes all the time?
Yeah. Whole thing, like you brought this up when we did the hangout. The fact that she's now no longer the queen. Oh, I've served my 2 terms. What the fuck? It doesn't work like that, George. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, you know, if you're a prime minister or a president, you serve terms. You know, not a fucking queen.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, is she a queen? She's a senator as well, and now she's a queen. Like, what the hell is going on? It's never made clear.
Oh god, this cafe seems so awful. Like this big fucking CGI mess of a character right here.
Oh, Dexter Jester.
God, yeah. It's the worst, one of the worst pieces of CGI I've ever seen.
You want a cup of Java juice?
God.
Well, how does he know Obi-Wan? It looks so dated.
I know. Like, he doesn't even look like he's there with Ewan McGregor.
You can tell me what this is.
At least Ewan McGregor tries.
What do you know? I ain't seen one of these prospecting on some ground beyond the outer.
We've been watching this for about half an hour, I think.
God. Still got another hour and 45 minutes of this crap left.
I wonder why it didn't show up.
I mean, this movie takes forever to get going.
I know. I mean, Ewan McGregor's just smiling, and he's looking at nothing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, George Lucas, you know, he's tried to involve politics, but he knows fuck all about it. I mean, you know, a queen is queen for life, okay? You don't fucking serve a term as a queen. You know, it's stupid.
Yeah. They can choose to abdicate, but that's it. Or if they die, then yeah. But other than
They
that,
don't serve fucking terms. Like, I've served my 2 terms.
Yeah, God's sake.
Like, a prime minister, you know, serves a term, you know, 5 years. And then if they're elected again, that's another 5 years. Same with the president. They get 2 terms, you know, 4 years each. It's not it's not the same with a queen.
It's a load of shit.
I mean, for me, I think this is my least favorite Star Wars film. I mean, I know you like slightly prefer it to Phantom Menace, but for me, I think it's worse simply because of the love story.
Yeah.
I just think, I just don't think the villains are really great either. I mean, Christopher Lee, I like him, but he's just wasted as Count Dooku. You know, completely wasted. And Jango Fett is just a Boba Fett knockoff.
Well, he is his dad, so yeah, they're bound to be similar.
I know, but like, yeah.
I mean, I only prefer this one because a bit more happens and the plot isn't as ludicrous as Phantom Menace. And
I mean, for me, the clones, like, it makes no sense in terms of the original trilogy. Like, they're all different heights. They all have sort of different voices. It's like George Lucas doesn't even know what he's writing about with this film.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So boring.
At least Revenge of the Sith was decent. I mean, Lucas did try with Revenge of the Sith, but I don't know what happened with these 2 films, the first 2. I think he got lost in the...
Or be the people that I love. Oh, God.
Well, we don't love you.
God, it's so stupid as well. Like, why can't Jedis, you know, have love? Why can't they marry? It's just so fucking stupid.
Are they monks or something?
What?
Like, are the Jedi just monks?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is this? The Catholic Church? I thought this was Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, they try and do this whole thing with forbidden love. Like, oh, it's like Romeo and Juliet. Were they not supposed to fall in love? It's like, George, how many stories have involved this kind of a love story? We've all seen
that, but like, he's trying to add this romance in, but like the dialogue just fucking crackles, and not in a good way, you know.
I mean, I understand, you know, it needed to be there, because otherwise no Luke and Leia. But even so, you could have at least...
You could have made it subtle like The Empire Strikes Back. You could have just made it like, you know, Han and Leia, you know, that they had the love story, but it wasn't a big focus of the film. You know, like, I happen to like Nice Men, you know, that's better dialogue than, you know, I hate sand, it's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
To be fair, this scene with Yoda and the younglings, it's nice. You know, it's cute. It's one of the least annoying scenes of the movie.
Yeah. Clear your mind.
I swear Frank
Oz... I mean, this movie is a fucking snail so far.
I think Frank Oz has changed Yoda's voice, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Younglings.
Disappeared they have. Yeah, I mean, in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, Yoda's a lot more... I mean, he seems just slightly crazy in Empire Strikes Back when Luke first meets him.
You know, he's been on... I kind of understand why he's like that.
Yeah.
Justified that. What they could have done if Yoda going to Dagobah. George, why did you cut that out? Attack of the
it was only like a 2-second scene anyway when he lands in Dagobah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind Yoda in this movie, but it is a bit ridiculous when he fights Dooku at the end. God.
Yeah.
I can see what Lucas was trying to do. Like saying, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Yoda got out a lightsaber? But the point is that Yoda is all about the Force. He doesn't the lightsaber or save it till Revenge of the Sith when it was good that would have been fine. But I didn't mind it in Revenge of the Sith because he was fighting the Emperor, and that was a climactic fight of the trilogy. But in Attack of the Clones, it's just ridiculous. Like, why would he get up and start jumping around like a ninja?
Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, yeah, the whole point of like Yoda in Empire Strikes Back in Return of the Jedi is he's like, you know, like I think he even says to Luke, it's not about brute force. It's not about like how strong you are. It's about how you can use the Force. You know, he doesn't even use a lightsaber in Empire and Jedi. He's all about how it works, and he's basically, you know, basically saying that, you know, it's mind over, you know, brawn. But in Attack of the Clones, he's just like, they're jumping around with a fucking lightsaber, and you're just laughing. You know?
Christopher Lee as well. He's fighting Cal. It's like men.
Yeah, I mean this. I mean these scenes. You know,
I think the Republic needs you. I'm glad that you like a fucking robot.
I mean, actually, what's interesting is that guy, that guy to the grey hair is actually Terrence Stamp.
Is it?
Just wasted him in this.
I thought Terrence Stamp was Chancellor Valorum.
Oh yeah, Chancellor Valorum. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but no, that guy was in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I mean, in the 10 years that the Phantom Menace, not much has really changed. If you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, who's this new queen as well? Who the fuck is she? You know.
She's like an Indian princess. What?
Yeah, and also like at least Natalie Portman learned to not talk like a robot this time.
Yeah.
You know, action that would lead us to war.
I mean, this is like one of the only real sets in the film where it's like a palace.
Yeah, I swear they used this for the Phantom Menace as well.
Excuse me, I'm in charge of security here, my lady.
It was me.
Excuse me. I was thinking I would stay in the lake country. There's some places out there that are very isolated.
Excuse me.
It was me.
I'm in
I'm in
charge.
charge of the lady.
I want to barge in.
If you took advantage of my knowledge.
I'm sorry, my lady. Oh, he says it again.
Way he just looks at her as well.
Oh,
I mean, it's so stupid. It's like, yeah, a queen serves terms, you know.
it doesn't make sense. Lucas doesn't explain it. But also, actually, I have to say, discovering Camino interesting. That's one of the better parts of the film, seeing Camino.
Yeah.
So I like the music that Williams composed for it. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, great special effects, George. Great special effects, but we don't need them every 2 seconds.
Da, 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 da.
I think partially partially another reason why the prequels just, you know, aren't as good as the original is like, yeah, because all of it nearly is CGI, and the CGI just dates.
Yeah. It's just like, what? Why? Luke, he's so lazy.
The Prime Minister is expecting you.
What the fuck is that? Oh, it's like this fucking long necks. What the hell are these things?
Yeah.
The Camino.
Looks like something that came out of somebody's shit. They're fucking weird. They're like stick insects.
I think the interior bland. It's just lights and the floor. Lights, like what is it? It's to look at. It's a green screen.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Ewan McGregor. He's just, you know, he's sitting there on that chair, and it's so obvious he's not there. You know.
And also, what I don't get is Master Cypher-Diaz. They never explain it.
Yeah.
So I have a theory that it's Palpatine disguised, you know, who orders the clones. Or it could be Qui-Gon. But no, Lucas doesn't tell us who he is. That he was killed 10 years ago. Like, what?
Almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's Palpatine.
The Star Wars franchise was killed almost 10 years ago. Actually, with the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, God.
Like, why do they want a clone army?
God. I mean, the dialogue is just a fucking snail.
Public, but why?
That's why I'm here.
Oh, Ewan McGregor, I'm sorry you had to star in this crap.
Yeah, to be fair, that's a pretty damn good job. Oh no, 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 no!
Now we got the whole romance. Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it looks where they start to fall in love.
We're 42 minutes in and it's fucking dragged.
Nothing's happened.
I mean, you know, why is she wearing all this provocative clothing if she doesn't want him to fall in love with her? You know, she's wearing all this revealing clothing and they're in this romantic place. How could they not fall in love? You know?
Oh, God. Of course.
Irritating. The kids everywhere.
Everywhere.
God.
Not like you.
And smooth.
Everything's soft.
Jesus.
Feeling her off.
Oh, God. He's like touching her like, oh, fuck's sake.
Lucas, what the fuck? I'm not looking at the close-ups. Are so creepy.
I mean, I'll say Natalie Portman is good to look at, but this is just creepy as shit, and the dialogue is just like the music.
Thinking about the scene. I need to kiss her. It's weird because she's like, ugh.
Why would she like let him kiss her? I shouldn't have done that.
Neither should you, Jules.
Like he should have just thrown the script in the fucking bin.
It wasn't. I don't think there even was a script. That scene was the John Williams music. That was it.
They should have got Lawrence Kasdan from The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi to write the script for the prequels. At least he would have probably come up with a better idea.
I know that The Force Awakens wasn't as original as it could have been, but at least it was better written than the prequels.
Yeah.
Oh, on a design level, it's kind of intriguing, but at the same time, why? Why?
Not only that, but it's like all these, you know, all these clones, like, you know, it's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
I mean, this makes no context in terms of the original trilogy, because, like I said, the stormtroopers, they're all like different heights, and you know, and they all have different, like, you know, voices. Like here, George Lucas is like, "Oh, they're clones," you know, what?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Why do they have to be clones? Couldn't they just be soldiers? A secret?
Yeah, couldn't they just be ordinary people who recruited for the Empire? You know, with the Republic. You know,
it doesn't make sense when we get to the originals. And also, aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Yeah, you know. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, the music's still great.
Dun, 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 dun. I mean, they don't do anything till the final battle anyway. Magnificent. Not really. No, not really that magnificent. Oh, not this scene. George, if you want to go film in a field, Nick, cool. I mean, they've got real grass, but that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Alan. You know, if Padme does not want Anakin to fall in love with her, why is she wearing all this sexy clothing? All this revealing clothing.
I mean,
It makes no sense.
one thing I'll say about this scene. I like her hair, the way they've done her hair, like Princess Leia. They've given her kind of like the donut hair.
But I'm not really sure.
I mean, Natalie Portman, I mean, I will say she's good to look at, you know. That's one of the good things about this film is she's good to look at, you know.
What do they talk about in this scene? Politics.
The greatest system where the
Bravo. Bravo, George.
was the best interest of all the people.
I mean, laid on thickly as a Phantom Menace, but even so, why do you... Surely things other than politics.
It's like they should be made to agree. Someone wise. Sounds like a dictatorship to me. It's like, yes, you're going to become Darth Vader, you know.
If it works. Oh,
I mean,
he's trying to be charming.
I mean, this just feels as a setup to the original trilogy. You know, these films just feel as a setup to A New Hope, apart from the end of Revenge of the Sith. You know,
It's the only
it's
one.
just... God, this scene is awful. When Anakin's riding this like lump of shit rhinoceros, whatever the fuck it is.
It's just embarrassing. Whoa!
The CGI is just so bad, like it's so obvious it's not Hayden Christensen.
Oh god! And when she runs
What
over,
are those things? They're like balloon fucking weird things.
and
What the
also
fuck?
Jack, when she runs over, and then she's like, "You're right." He goes, "Ah, ah." His
Oh
laugh-
god, this scene is so
Right.
cringy. Like his fake laughing and then rolling in the grass. It's like, how cheesy is this? You know, for God's sake.
like his laugh. His laughing is so.
Not only that, but it's like, why couldn't you make the love relationship subtle? Why couldn't you just make it that they like each other? You know, why did you have to like make it so fucking obvious that they're gonna fall in love?
Yeah.
Why can't it just be subtle, like, you know, Leia and fucking Han?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Empire Strikes Back, you know.
He should have. I mean, I know Lucas didn't write that script, but he should have done it like that better, because we know that they're gonna eventually conceive Luke and Leia. You know, it's gonna.
This kid actor who plays the young Boba Fett, he's terrible. It's like, your dad here? Yep. You want to see him? Sure.
If there was anyone to avoid, it would be this kid. I mean, this Boba Fett actor, he looks angry all the time.
Yeah.
Actually, funny enough, they got this guy that plays Django to voice Boba Fett for the original films, just to make it sound more, to make it tie with the prequels. Yeah.
I mean, my cousin is a big Star Wars fan. He's a massive Star Wars fan. He said he actually can't watch Attack of the Clones because of the love story and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it's as poisonous as the Twilight one, but it's not great. It's just fucking. It's the dialogue that ruins it. It's the script and Hayden Christensen's acting. I mean, at least Natalie Portman. Well, I think she just kind of gives up in the end of the day. Cypher Diaz.
Master Cypher Diaz. Yeah.
It must be Qui-Gon. It must be Qui-Gon. Because Qui-Gon was killed 10 years ago in terms of the timeline of the saga.
Somebody's on the Qui-Gon gin anyway.
George Lucas.
Yeah.
Fair, this is actually quite a good acting moment between one. Like Obi-Wan can just tell that he's up to something. Like Django doesn't want to be ratted out. So this is the scene that I do actually kind of like. It's kind of cool. And then he's like, "Pack your things, we're leaving." Yeah. But we haven't had any action for ages.
Oh god, this seems awful. Like we cuts up the pair of the Force.
Bravo, George. Bravo.
So cheesy.
Aggressive negotiations.
He uses the Force to cut the pair. Master Obi-Wan caught me doing this, he'd be very annoyed.
He'd be very grumpy.
He's just like cutting up the pear and putting it on her plate, like with the Force. It's just
CGI. It's CGI. That's what's the worst thing about it.
Like, how is she eating it?
Don't eat anything with his, fucking genes infested all over it. Why aren't you...
I like the outfits, Natalie, but why are you wearing them?
Oh god, this thing, the famous scene. This scene is disgraceful.
I'm in agony.
Oh, those years ago.
Oh my god.
Days gone
Somebody
by.
Somebody get me a plastic bag. I'm gonna throw up.
Now that I'm with you again, I'm in agony. I mean, George, what is this? The thought of
the kiss
nothing.
you should never have given me. Hoping that kiss will not become a scar. This is just so terrible.
You should never have given me.
You're in my very soul tormenting me. Even when I watched this with my cousin, she never seen Star Wars before. Even when I watched this with my cousin, she thought the scene was creepy.
My very soul tormenting me. Oh, God.
I watched this scene with my cousin a couple of years ago. She'd never seen Star Wars before. Even she thought this scene where it's like, you're in my very soul tormenting me. She thought that was creepy as hell. It's just not possible. It's just so bad.
If you're suffering as much as I am, please tell me. Can't.
I'm a senator. It just can't be.
Like out of nowhere, George introduces this fucking bullshit concept. When was that ever mentioned before?
Look, she doesn't want Anakin to bathe him. She's wearing all these like really shortcut, revealing dresses. Makes no sense.
It's so misleading.
You do feel something.
You do feel
I
something.
wish I could just.
I wish I could wish away my feelings for you, Padme. Oh,
Oh, sick.
I agree with Alan. This is just shameless romance novel bullshit.
This is 50 Shades of Lightsaber, like you said.
Lightsaber. Yeah, it is. Use the Force.
This is like Twilight crap. This is like something like a teenage girl would write. I mean, I bet George Lucas just wrote this film for like the teenage girl audience, for them to sort of fawn over.
Yeah, I don't think many of them did, though. I mean, it only gets better. Lol.
Not. You know what's funny? Like George Lucas said when he was casting Hayden Christensen, he said he reminded him of James Dean. I'm sorry, but at least James Dean could act,
Yeah, it's like kind of vibes. Like, well, if James Dean were creepy, yeah.
James Dean was in Rebel Without a Cause. I mean, he was good looking, yeah, but he could fucking act at least, Unlike Anakin, fucking Hayden Christensen.
Kudos to Ewan McGregor, because he really is the only actor in this trilogy that tries. Well, Ian McDermott, I guess, is the only other good one.
Maybe Frank Oz, but that's it.
This movie's been on for nearly an hour, and
it's fucking dragged.
It's just from George Lucas.
We've only had one action scene so far, and that's it.
Yeah. Assume anything you must know.
This film is just a fucking snail. I mean, I thought Phantom Menace was boring, but Attack of the Clones, jeez.
It's only going to get better, Jack. Was 10 years ago. To be the clone army, hey? Who is it? Oh, fucking hell. I know the whole spiel about you just don't give a crap. Hasn't been able to grab the audience. And now I think people will have lost interest in it. Well, it's a bit better than a well done, George. That's it.
Oh, this nightmare scene.
No, Mom, no, Mom.
The acting is just so bad.
No.
He's having a wet dream about. He's like having a wet dream about Padme.
He's actually dreaming about his mother.
Can you imagine if he just woke up and he found out that he had a wet dream about his mum?
I don't understand why Attack the Clones take Anakin's mother. It just didn't. It was unnecessary.
I mean, Natalie Portman, like I said, good to look at, but I mean, that's it.
Presence is soothing.
She's the only thing that distracts me from this mess.
Yeah. He's like, what? Why do they have to?
Love story. God.
Back to Tatooine. It just seems
How does he know that she's suffering?
Well, he's having a bad dream. It doesn't make sense. Why would go back there?
It's like, yeah, if he's having a bad dream, doesn't mean she's actually in trouble. She's in pain.
I mean, Phantom Menace. He did promise he'd go back and rescue us. So,
I mean, Natalie Portman is just,
whoa.
She's just looking sexy, but that's all she's did. I don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice.
The dialogue just stinks. It is like a stinky yogurt.
Finally, we get an action scene. Dad, look!
I mean, this action scene's actually not too bad.
I quite like this one, actually. I think it's pretty good. I mean, by this point in the Phantom,
at this point, you're sort of begging for some action.
Yeah.
It's just kind of stupid the way Obi-Wan gets hit by a blast and he just falls back like that.
It's like he knew it was coming.
The way he's getting shot by lasers and falling back, how is he not damaged or anything?
Oh. Yeah. It doesn't make it. But it's entertaining. And I like
that sort of karate kick he does to Django in the middle of the air just looks hilarious.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god, the way Obi-Wan's just being dragged by this grapple hook just looks so fake.
He does get his ass kicked in the action, I must say. But I can't deny it, this is actually entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, at this point you're just wanting some action.
Yeah. Oh, not good. You didn't have
Django
time
Fett.
say George. The humor in this movie is so bad.
Yeah. Why doesn't Django Fett just cut the rope?
Yeah. Exactly. It would honestly do that. Let's it break.
Django Bat.
Yeah.
This movie is just so boring.
Dun, dun, dun. Good score though, John.
Yeah.
Play it again.
I mean, at least. I mean, at least John Williams tries with the music.
It's probably not the best Star Wars score good enough. I mean, considering the state of this. That shot with the tracking device looks so dated now.
Yeah.
And two, this would have, but looking at it now, compared to a film like War for the Planet of the Apes, it's fucking ridiculous.
It just goes to show that having special effects CGI doesn't, improve everything.
Yeah.
It's funny because I saw a video online from ages ago, and George Lucas was saying in it, special effects, they're only a tool. They're not everything. They're only a tool to help aid a story, but they're not everything. Really? But then, for the prequels, it completely changed his mind,
I think these parts of the movie are just unnecessary. Why go back to Tatooine? Why go back to Anakin's mother? You need to show her again.
It's like Sebulba, God.
Sebulba. Sebulba's like interesting.
So Sebulba's like an Eastern stereotype.
Sebulba. Yeah. I mean, seeing Watto actually is kind of interesting. So he's kind of lost everything, and he's lost his business. He's just, begging for money. Annie.
I know.
Annie.
I know, but I mean, the thing I'll say is he's just like a Middle Eastern stereotype. The way Jar Jar Binks is like a Jamaican stereotype.
Yeah, and those Trade Federation people from the Phantom Menace, they're like fucking Chinese or Asian.
Yeah. The Jedi must be destroyed. This movie is so fucking boring. We're an hour and 3 minutes in, and it's just drags.
Wow. To be fair, this is one thing I do like about this movie: the way it ties in the Lars family. The fact that Shmi married Klieg Lars, who is the father of Owen Lars, and then obviously Lucas has introduced and kind of tied that into the. That was nice. I appreciate up for this movie though, but
you have an early appearance by Joel Edgerton.
Yes. Is he Taron Egerton's brother?
No, I don't think so. No.
Are they not related?
No.
Oh, I thought they were related.
Taron Egerton's English. Taron Egerton's English. Joel Edgerton's Australian.
Oh, right. Put it fuck.
Yeah, even this scene is really like the kid actor's so bad. We have a few surprises.
Get him, Dad! Get him! Fire! I mean, the only good thing about this is the size. That is awesome.
Oh yeah, the sound it makes is cool. Yeah.
Stand by.
This film should have been 2 hours at the most.
I think like the second half of it picks up a little bit. Like when they add more action in, but I mean it's not really saying much. It's still just as boring as the Phantom.
It's not only that, but the action is just not even that great either. It's all either really CGI or over the top. Like I said, at least with Empire Strikes Back, these asteroids would have been models or something like that. These ships would have been models.
Oh, God. Come on.
Get him, Dad! Get him! Fire!
Boba Fett's annoying in this movie. So you made a good point in your review that when Django dies at the end, and Boba looks at the helmet, why doesn't the head fall out?
Yeah.
Plus, this is why I hate flying. Again, it attempts at humor. Just
So boring.
we got him. We just have to finish him.
The action, like, I mean, I can understand why some people would like the action, but the action in this film just doesn't excite me.
Yeah, I only like.
Because it's all CGI. It's all just fake.
I mean, I only like it so much in that I think at least it improves the pace over the Phantom Menace, but that ain't saying very much because this movie's longer than the Phantom Menace, so yeah, pretty much on the same level for me. But I give it a slight edge just because there's more action. But the Phantom Menace definitely.
God.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Look, I don't understand how Obi-Wan is now off of his radar, considering, you know, all he did was throw out a bang, there's an explosion, but how is he taken off the radar? I don't understand that. At least Revenge of the Sith. That's more of a...
Yeah.
We finally get to Geonosis.
Yay.
Another desert planet. There's so many Star Wars.
Well, I mean, at least it's a lot darker, so you wouldn't notice it's as deserty.
Geonosis.
Yeah.
Kind of rocky as well. It's like rocks, desert. But yeah.
There's an unusual concentration of relationships over there.
R4.
It's an R2D2 knockoff.
R4, yeah.
Oh. Oh, I'm yawning. This film is so boring.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Falling off it, going to sleep. Edge of my seat, more like the edge of my sleep.
I mean, also, we've watched nearly half of this film, and we haven't been introduced to Count Dooku yet.
And one thing I will say is that, yeah, exactly. We haven't even got to our main fucking villain, and we're more than halfway through the movie.
I mean, actually, it's nice to see C-3PO.
You can even tell C-3PO in this movie is CGI.
Oh, well, a little bit. I think later on you see some. I think here it must be Anthony Daniels. I've come to see my mother.
Joel Edgerton.
Well, at least they've got the same set as A New Hope for this.
Yeah, that's good.
That's one thing I can praise Lucas for.
What I have to say is, what is Natalie Portman wearing? It's just so fucking weird.
I mean, I don't want to sound racist, but is she trying Muslim or something? Like, what? I don't understand. It just. Klieg Lars. I have a deep voice.
At least this is a set.
Yeah.
You know.
This is the only.
I think it's the same set from A New Hope.
Yeah. The only time really when they attempt to homage the original trilogy.
I would say the actor here is quite good.
What is Klieg Lars? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mindless monsters.
Went out after her.
It's surely if married, she would have invited Anakin. Apparently not.
Yawn. One thing I will say, Attack of the Clones, it's the best sleep I've had in years.
There's not been much of the clones in Attack of the Clones.
There's not been much of anything so far. I mean,
it's so phony when Hayden Christensen tries to act emotional.
Yeah.
For God's sake, man.
I would say, you know, if you're struggling, if you're finding it hard to sleep, I put in Attack of the Clones. You know, I think it would help you age your sleep a lot better. It would just make you fall asleep right there.
Yeah. I actually am finding it a little bit easier to get through than the Phantom Menace, but that ain't saying much. Funny
I won't be
how
long.
shooting the shot of them in shadow, there's more emotion than when you shoot them in. I won't be long.
Ugh. I have to say, the scene where he kills the sand people, it's way too brief.
It should have been a.
I like the music.
With the green obvious.
It's just me as well. Like, how come the technology in the prequels, like the technology of just the planet, is better than the technology in the original trilogy?
I have no idea. And finally, we get introduced to our main villain, Count Dooku, played by the late great Christopher Lee, Sir Christopher Lee.
More like Count Dooku. I mean, he does fuck all.
Count Dooku. It's funny how much he's wasted in this series. I mean, not. But
I mean, he's introduced to Attack of the Clones far too late, and he's only in Revenge of the Sith for like 5 minutes.
Why even have him in Revenge of the Sith? He had no place in that story.
I'm sorry, but I mean, Darth Maul is better used than Count Dooku.
Like died at the end of Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, they should have just killed him off in this movie.
If this is such a CGI cartoon, they should just add this on Boomerang. Oh, more. I don't care about the politics, George.
Yeah.
Fucking Trade Federation again.
I mean, this is Star Wars. These are films for the family. You know, they're not political debates.
Yeah. We've got about pretty much an hour left of this movie.
Oh god, that CGI is so bad.
Dated.
The CGI of these aliens is so shit. We think the CGI of these aliens here.
It's not great.
Only the Trade Federation look okay because they're puppets.
Yeah. Oh, he looks awful.
Oh, who looks awful?
The guy with the weird head. You know, the bank.
Oh yeah, that's terrible CGI.
Count Dooku's the only real thing in the scene.
Well, that and the Trade Federation viceroys.
Oh yeah. Stop. I'll be back in a sec. Just taking a whiz. At film planes. Just carry on.
Oh, this movie's so fucking boring. Oh. Oh. Ugh. This movie is just a drag. I will say this scene is quite good with Anakin and Shmi Skywalker. Like when she's dying. Any? I will say this scene is good. Probably the best scene of the film. I think A.J. Christian's acting here is actually decent. The only decent acting in the film.
Back.
I was just saying, the scene between Anakin and Shmi is probably the best part of the film.
It is actually. Yes. Me, Mom.
Like, I think the acting is actually quite good
Yeah.
here.
Well, from her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the only time when he's actually showing it.
This is the only time in the film where like he's actually not bad.
Yeah. So,
Shmi.
a T.
And then he goes to kill the Sand people.
This is actually quite sad. Anakin's mother dying.
Yeah. Then he gets really pissed off. The scene though where he kills the Sand people, like, it's way too brief. They should have shown us more. It just cuts like that.
We need to see him go nuts, you know, to the dark side.
Yeah. It just cuts like that.
Yeah, because we know he's going to turn evil in the next movie. So we need to see how far he's going to go. This is only the kill all the Jedi in the next movie, so we might as well see him kill.
I mean, if it showed him like killing all the Sand people and maybe burning down a village, that would have been good. You know.
We killed the men, the women, the children too.
And this scene is like terrible. He's like, I feel death.
Pain. Death. I feel.
Terrible pain. Who cares? This movie is so boring. God. I mean, George Lucas has no idea about how to pace a film.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did better with Revenge of the Sith. I'll give him that. Best paced of the three.
I mean, I just think George Lucas was given too much control of the prequels. I mean, he even said after The Phantom Menace, I went too far in a few places. I mean, you know, he realized... Sorry?
That was just before. That was just before the movie was being released. A private screening of it. He was like, I think I've gone to foreign places, and he couldn't change it. He didn't have any time. So
yeah. And even people who have interviewed him during when the prequels were coming out about and them saying it wasn't that good, he even admitted that they weren't that good, but he said they're his films, so he could do what he wants.
It's like, yeah, I wanted to make them.
Ugh. I mean, Attack of the Clones, this is great treatment if you want to go into a coma.
Just Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Ugh.
I think another problem with Attack of the Clones is it's too long. It's too long.
This film could have saved the prequels, but instead, ugh.
It's like we said before, watching his Revenge of the Sith, you might as well just skip the first two.
Yeah.
You don't really need the Revenge of the Sith anyway. I mean, And anyway, the prequels ruined the twist of it.
Are you hungry?
Oh, here we go. The next famous scene. I mean, at least it takes place in the same set as A New Hope, when Luke just the droids, but
This scene is just so bad. Why'd you have to die?
Why couldn't I save her?
This scene is so
I think
bad.
this is the one scene when Padme doesn't wear a sexy outfit.
Not only that, but she's being kind to him. She's bringing him like food and drinks, and he's just like, someday I will be powerful Jedi ever.
I know I could have. Well, I should be.
I'll learn to stop people from dying.
Most powerful Jedi ever.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous.
I wanted to stop people from dying.
He's holding me back. It's like, what does Obi-Wan have to do with, you know, your mother's death?
We're meant to believe that this is inflicted, but it doesn't work. His performance is just so bad.
It's also the dialogue. It's like, it's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's holding me back. I killed them all. They're dead. Not the men, but the women and children too.
They're dead.
The children.
One of them.
Like, if you love her, like, why would you tell her? They're like animals, and I hate them.
I hate them.
Like
Great acting and great dialogue. Only
I hate them. She responds with to be angry. What the fuck?
to be angry is to be
God,
human.
he said he's-
It's like he just massacred the whole fucking people.
Why would you be with a guy that murders people?
Yeah, I mean, she's like, to be angry is to be human. He just massacred this whole fucking tribe of people, and you're okay with that? What?
In episode 3, when he kills the young one, she's like, I don't know you anymore. My heart.
It's just so stupid.
What are we supposed to think, George?
I know wherever you are.
Like, I don't like. Why would you want to stay with this guy? He just admitted to you that he murdered these people, and you're like, to be angry is to be human. So what? Committing genocide is okay?
Oh,
Murdering is okay, no?
you know what? Luke on time, their parents were still together.
This scene is so cheesy, where he just like kneels beside the grave and he picks up the sand in his hand, like.
I miss you so much. He's just desperately trying to act. Oh God.
I'm not strong enough to save you, man.
He's like, I don't like
Attack of the fucking groans.
should have
He's
cast,
holding me back.
they should have cast
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen. They should have cast Hayden Christensen as Sandman in Spider-Man 3. It would be.
God. I think he would have made Spider-Man 3 worse.
I actually like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
Spider-Man
maybe.
3. Spider-Man 3 kicks the shit out of Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
I like it. I like Spider-Man 3.
It's decent.
I mean, I like what Natalie Portman's wearing, this sort of white outfit, but that's it.
Anyway,
Ugh, fucking snoring my way through. Oh, fuck. We've still got 51 minutes of this film left.
it's just way too long. least revenge.
Way too long.
The
Film
plot
should
actually
be 2 hours at the most. At the most, 2 hours.
At least Revenge of the Sith, the plot advances somewhat. Nothing has happened. It's the Phantom Menace. Nothing has happened really.
You know, George, you need to give us something that actually happens. Count Dooku has been on screen for 10 seconds so far, and we're already an hour and 25 minutes into this fucking movie.
Yeah, Count Dooku doesn't turn off now to the end.
He's just gonna sit here and he's like my father.
You know what they should have done with the should have been the executive producer. He should have been the person behind the story and stuff, and they should have got different directors for each one. That would have made the prequels at least a bit better. He's like my father.
She's like,
This just
he doesn't even want to save Obi-Wan, you know.
big. No, he doesn't want to help Obi-Wan.
I mean, I don't understand when he says, Obi-Wan, it's his fault, he's holding me back. Like, he had nothing to do with your mother's death. You know?
Yeah.
My main problem with the prequels, especially Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace, is just people walking and talking, sitting and talking, more walking and fucking talking. That's what it is.
At least there's less of that in Revenge of the Sith.
I mean, the whole of the Phantom Menace and most of Attack of the Clones is just people talking and walking. That's it. You know.
And what are they talking to?
It's like nobody cares, George.
And Ian McDonald seen before this.
Ugh.
And, oh, this is stupid. Jar Jar Binks decides to give him emergency powers.
I have Christopher Lee in this. An hour and a half into the movie, finally we have Count Dooku.
The only thing you can say about this scene is it's quite interesting. He was the master of Qui-Gon Jinn, but well, that's it.
Christopher Lee tries, but he's just wasted in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I hope it doesn't take too long. I have worked.
May I ask why a Jedi Knight is here on Geonosis?
I've been tracking a bounty hunter named Django Fett. Do you know him?
Well, I know bounty hunters here that I am aware of. Geonosis, don't trust them.
Yeah, I can assure you.
It's a great pity that our paths have never crossed before. I wish you were still alive.
God.
Qui-Gon Jinn would never join you. Dooku's more of a whiskey fan. He's not really into gin.
Yeah. He's more into the Empire's crack.
Smokes crack. The Return of the Jedi.
Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Smokes Crack.
Jedi.
Ugh. This is so boring.
Darth Sidious. We all know Darth giving us any mystery around it, George. We all know. We've seen Return of the Jedi.
What pisses me off the most is that, you know, Count Dooku is only introduced in an hour and a half into the movie. You know, there's only 50 minutes left. You know, why would you introduce him this late into the film? It's just a waste.
Why didn't they introduce him in the Phantom Menace? Especially as he's Qui-Gon's master. That would have made things kind of interesting.
I mean, at least with Darth Maul, he was in the Phantom Menace from the beginning. He was introduced in the beginning of the film. Count Dooku, it's an hour and a half into the film before we finally see him.
Here we go.
God.
Mr. Purple.
God. Well done, Jar Jar. Well fucking done.
Bravo. The Republic is now going to crumble because of you. Well done. George, I thought we'd learn not to do any more of this political shit.
It's like, yeah, you love democracy in the Republic. Give me a break.
Democracy. Why did you the Republic and start the Empire?
Yeah. It's like, well done, Jar Jar. You just destroyed everything.
And as my first act with this film, I will create a grand army of the Republic of Canada.
You haven't created an army. The army has already been created.
Ugh. Even Samuel L. Jackson looks bored in this film. I mean, I feel bad for the actors because all they had to do is act against a green screen of terrible dialogue.
Yeah. This is just George Lucas. He's just.
I mean, fuck all has still happened. Fuck all. Like,
Yeah.
what's happened? Obi-Wan has landed on Geonosis. Oh, not the, yeah, whatever, and that's it.
I mean, with A New Hope, everything fell into place. Got really in production, but it got really lucky. It turned out it just worked. But the prequels, he just lost his way as a filmmaker, and he never. I mean, even though he tried and eventually really quite got Star Wars, the prequels, other than Revenge of the Sith, just the first two prequels are just dull, boring, like politically driven bullshit. You know.
Exactly. Ugh. This movie is just a fucking snore.
It's too long.
We got another 44 minutes of this crap. I mean, I'm as much of a fan of Star Wars as the next guy, but even this is just ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't plan to watch this one or The Phantom Menace for quite some time.
Not for another 25 years.
Yeah. I mean, at least when we get to Revenge of the Sith, we'll have a lot more fun.
Yeah. I mean, Revenge of the Sith isn't perfect, but at least it tries to be better.
Yeah, at least it's decent.
Yeah.
It does wrong. Oh, idiot.
I agree with Alan, like, Revenge of the Sith, it'll do, you know?
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Stupid shit in Revenge of the Sith, but not as much as the first two.
Yeah.
And we finally get more. I think this action scene was added in at the very last minute.
Yeah. I mean, the film by this point has been so devoid of action. There's only been a few action scenes.
There's actually less action than I remember. But maybe that's because we haven't got to the final battle yet.
Yeah. I mean, this scene on the conveyor belt, it's like... I mean, at least we're getting a bit of action here.
Padme! Whoa, Padme! It is actually a pretty good sequence. I'll give it that scene. I don't like things. They just got it.
I mean, I've seen her behind the scenes, and she was just, you know, this is all just on a green screen.
Yeah.
I mean, why did they save the action until the final part of the movie? Like, why do we have to wait this long for something to actually fucking happen? You know?
Yeah. I guess focusing on the love story.
Yeah.
I think this is like the worst scene of C-3PO ever. It's just the comedy is so forced.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful.
Calm down, Otto.
I do like the scene though where he gets his head put on the droid and he's like, "Die, Jedi scum!" Like, I think that's funny.
Ah! What? Since when did R2-D2 have rocket boosters?
Yeah.
Anakin is more interesting in this scene.
God. I mean, George Lucas cannot direct for shit.
No. He has good ideas, but he can't express them.
I like the scene where like C-3PO's head gets put on the droid. Oh no!
Oh no!
The droid's head. It's like the droid's head's on the C-3PO body. Like, I'm so confused.
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun. The soundtrack's good. Oh, he's got his hand stuck.
And stay down.
Imagine if Padme just died in that molten lava. And that was the end of the film.
Cut to the credits. It's like, oh no, there's no Luke and Leia.
What I don't understand is, how is his hand not completely destroyed?
I don't know. Ask George Lucas.
George, you know what, Peter Jackson.
I'm gonna die.
I mean, you know, when some people say like the Hobbit films are like the Star Wars prequels, I have to disagree. I mean, at least the dialogue in the Hobbit is 10 times better than this.
Yeah. I mean, having
It's better.
seen the first Hobbit film, you agree with me that the Hobbit's way better than the Star Wars.
Yeah, like definitely.
Oh dear, this lightsaber's broken.
Not again.
Not again. Ewan's gonna kill me.
Wait.
Droid Kaz.
Oh no! Now we get a classic scene where they each other. Use it.
Alright. Like.
They're weird.
Oh god, this scene. I'm not afraid to die.
I don't understand what is actually with him. He's a creep.
I've been dying a little each day since you came back into my life.
I love you.
Dialogue, George, just great.
Love me? Is he trying to make a romantic comedy?
I thought we decided not to fall in love.
Like, you can't just decide not to fall like that. If you're in love, you're in love. You can't help it.
I think your lives get back to be destroyed anyway.
I probably decided not to act, that it would destroy this movie.
I truly, deeply
Please.
love you.
What the fuck? No, George, no
You
one
die.
talks like that when they're in love. I truly love you.
It's a load of romance novel bullshit. Apparently, like George Lucas asked John Williams to make like a classical sort of romance music score, like Hollywood romance music score. This is nothing like a classic Hollywood romance, you know.
At least the score is good.
Ugh. When is this film over? We've still got another 36 minutes left.
I mean, out to the end of the movie, there's action. I mean, those Geonosis.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck is that sound to make us like, what?
They're like the Tritovals from Doctor Who. What the?
Yeah.
This arena fight is actually pretty good.
Yeah, what?
Oh, and Count Dooku.
This is like trying to copy. I mean, this movie came out 2 years after Gladiator. It's just trying to copy Gladiator, you know.
I do like the big rhino thing that Anakin has to fight.
I mean, this movie came out a couple of years after Gladiator. I mean, I could imagine just Anakin saying, "I am Maximus Decimus Meridius, and I will have my revenge in this life for the next." Oh God, I got a bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
That's Count Dooku.
From Revenge of the Sith. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, God. I got a bad feeling about this movie. Well, I don't understand how Padme, you know, how does she manage to escape, but like Anakin's okay?
Yeah, I mean, fucking hell, she's not even a Jedi. I mean, they can use the Force to break out of their chain. It's ridiculous.
Ugh. Although when he's on top of the rhino, the CGI is just so bad. Oh, we get to see Natalie Portman's belly. Yes. I wish that creature had ripped off more of her shirt. Break out the brandy. Oh, CGI just does nothing.
That's all it is. It's CGI.
None of this is practical.
Other than the action.
She can't do that.
Anakin roll.
Oh, just please end.
Shoot her or something.
I mean, all it is CGI, like you said. It's just CGI. That's it. Like none of this is like. I mean, they couldn't have made this like animatronics.
Yeah.
Anakin on top of the fucking rhino thing.
Whoa! Chain around it.
Like I said, I'm on the edge of my sleep.
Whoa!
Oh, God. Ugh. Oh, shit.
Job.
I think I maybe should have given it a lower rating in my review.
Do it.
Django, finish her off.
Are you gonna read?
I'm gonna re-review the Star Wars films. Yeah.
What would you give it? Like a 2 out of 10? Or...
Yeah. I'll probably lower it from 4 to probably 2. Like.
Like, yeah. Finally, the Jedi Council get off their arm on me.
Yeah. What's up, motherfucker?
It's like, oh, it's a purple lightsaber. Shock horror.
Yeah. Apparently, Samuel Jackson asked for a purple lightsaber because it was his favorite color.
It was like, oh, yeah, he wants to be different.
Yeah.
Pleasant of you to join us.
This party for you.
George, the dialogue.
I don't think so.
I mean, this battle was pretty good, and all, but it would be a lot more impact CGI.
I mean, for me, like the action, like I said, it just does nothing for me because I mean, this final action part of the movie. I mean, we've waited so long for the action to finally arrive, and then when we do have it, it's all just CGI. I mean, for me, like I said in my review, it's just like watching a cartoon. It's like watching a CGI cartoon. You know, there's no impact to any of the action here. You know, none of it's real.
Yeah. I mean, this is good. At least there is action now.
I like the I like C-3PO as a droid. Like, die, Jedi scum. Like,
what did I say?
My legs aren't moving. I must be fainted.
I mean, I suppose the action is entertaining, but for me, it's just I can't really get anything out of it because it's just all fake.
Yeah. I mean, better than sitting through the love dialogue, I guess.
Yeah. I'm programmed for I'm programmed for etiquette, not destruction.
What's all this noise?
A battle.
It's a terrible mistake. I'm pregnant.
The oppression of the prequels will never return. You have lost.
We were wanted by the scripts. He never should have given us.
One thing I will say, I love the sound effects by Ben Burt.
Sound design for Star Wars has always been amazing in all of the movies.
Yeah. I just love the sound of Jango Fett's like guns, like the chong chong chong.
I think Django's death is a little bit.
Honest trailers, Django unbrained.
Django's just no, he's a nothing character. He's just a mayor.
Django, Django, have you always been alone?
Rhino with one hit.
Django unbrained.
Come here, motherfucker!
He definitely is Django unbrained, all right.
Yeah. Boba's like... He doesn't... Like, Boba Fett's reaction to his far underplayed.
What did I say?
Yeah, I mean, the kid actor who plays Boba Fett, he's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry about it.
Whoa!
Excuse me, I can't get up.
I can't get up. At least Anthony Daniels is another good cast member.
Yeah. I think his scenes as a droid is funny.
Yeah. I can't regress.
I mean, this action, I mean, aggressive negotiations. Oh God. I mean, we've waited two hours for this action, and it's only the last half hour, which is all action. It's like, what's even the point of all this action anyway? We've waited this long.
All it does is mark the beginning of the Clone Wars. R2, what are you doing here?
What are you doing? Stop that, you're getting straight. My head.
My head!
This is such a drag.
Yeah, you said it, 3PO. You said it.
Yeah, this film is a drag.
I mean, this is the only time when we really see all the Jedi fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't see it in any other movie.
Yawn. Yawn. Yawn.
Yeah, and at the end of the movie, and the clones haven't attacked yet.
Yeah.
We've watched it for nearly 2 hours. 1 hour, 55 minutes.
And the clones aren't even in the fucking movie yet.
I do enjoy watching it in high def, I must say. The quality is good.
I don't think I'll buy Star Wars on Blu-ray because I have the original DVDs without the changes, and I still want to see Darth Vader saying no on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You can upscale the quality anyway, so...
We will not be hostages to be fired.
Yeah, I know, like, that's what I do with DVD, just upscale it to 1080p.
Yeah. I'm sorry, old friend. Plus, anyway, you don't want to own the prequels on Blu-ray anyway, do you?
No.
Especially not Attack of the Clones.
Plus, I've got the original films. I've got the original theatrical films on limited edition DVD, which I don't have on Blu-ray.
Yeah. So this Attack of the Clones. Yoda. Impressive.
Clones only attack at the end.
Yeah. Well, thanks, George, for the visual effects, but... Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's a fucking CGI cartoon. It's like watching the Roadrunner in CGI.
Yeah. I can't deny it. This is actually probably the best part of the movie. It's most entertaining. I mean, say what you will when we get to the final lightsaber fight, but at least this part is alright.
I mean, I can understand if you like it, but I think the CGI is just too much for me.
Yeah, well, I like it a little bit more than the Phantom Menace, but again, you know, it's only, like Alan said, improvement. It's still pretty...
Look, Boba Fett's picking up Jango Fett's helmet and his head doesn't come out.
Yeah. I just think this movie's... It's just okay. It's alright, but... Yeah. Yeah. It was disappointing. But the sound design is
this could have been models. This could have been model work, but instead it all had to be done on a fucking computer.
They right above the fuel cells. Oh my young Padawan.
He's holding me back.
It's not only once fall.
I mean, Christopher Lee's only been on screen for like the most
5
He said
minutes.
like only a few lines of dialogue.
I mean, at this scene we get a hint of the Death Star, which is interesting. You know,
Yeah.
planning something, and he shows the Death Star, which is quite cool. But yeah, that just shows you how much the rest of the film doesn't hang together.
I mean, this scene where like Mace Windu's talking to all the stormtroopers, it's so obvious that Samuel Jackson is talking to nothing. That's what takes me out of it.
You said stormtroopers, but currently they're clones.
Yeah, clones. That's what I meant to say, clones. No, but this scene though, where he's fighting with the clones, it's just so obvious that he's fighting nothing. It just takes me out of the film.
Yeah, I mean, impressive visual effects, George. Well done, but yeah, it's a technical masterpiece. Well, it's not even a technical masterpiece. It's a good
Yeah.
It's the good characters to care about. It's not here. I mean, another stupid bit when Padme falls out the ship.
Oh, yeah. And she like rolls around the dirt.
Yeah, I can't leave her. Come to your senses.
I mean, for me, the action is just a barrage of computer effects just thrown on the screen, slapped together on the screen. For me, like, you know, if you're going to make the last half an hour all action, break it up a bit. I mean, this is like Temple of Doom, you know, you just have an action scene after action scene. Break it up a bit, you know.
I mean, the fight was still CGI heavy, but it's long.
What they should have done is have action scenes spaced throughout the film, like action scenes consistently throughout the film, not the last half an hour when everybody's falling asleep.
Let's get the starships back to space. Let's change the guy's voice. Oh. Ugh.
And what the fuck are these things? They're like flying mosquitoes or some shit.
Yeah, I don't like that. Oh, the Death Star. Oh.
You know, people are going to look back on this film in like 20 years' time and going to say the CGI is really dated.
Yes. It's not. Da, 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 da.
I mean, this is nothing on the final fight in Rogue One. The final act in Rogue One kicks the shit out of the final act here in Attack of the Clones.
I agree. Rogue One was really good, and that third act was amazing.
Yeah, the third act kicked the shit out of this final act of this film.
Yeah,
I mean, it was models, it was actual effects.
I mean, we will actually
CGI.
Probably the weakest. It's just like Lucas thought, okay, just wave your lightsaber up to the camera. So, oh, that's it. That's all we get.
Oh, God's sake.
It's too long.
Yeah, I mean, this action scene is going on way too long. And like I said, it's just clones fighting droids. It's all CGI.
Well, I'm enjoying it more than the Phantom Menace.
Well, fair enough. I prefer Phantom Menace to this, but
yeah,
it's not saying much.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they're both on the same level for me, but I'd take this, give this the slight edge just because there's more action. That's it. But Revenge of the Sith.
I get Phantom. I'd say this is worse. I'd say Attack of the Clones is worse for me because of the terrible, cheesy love story. The fact that it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours long. It's way too long. I just think the acting by Hayden Christensen and even the action just does nothing for me. So
at least Revenge is improvement.
And Count Dooku's just wasted.
Yeah, in both movies.
Yeah.
Take the ship down.
Put the ship down.
So crap. He's acting. I can't leave her. We can end this war right now.
Put the ship down! You will be expelled from the Jedi Order! I can't leave her! Come to your senses! And maybe to she in your
position. Hayden Christensen a lot better as Chewbacca. He would have been a perfect Chewbacca. Also, one thing I don't get, I mean, this is a problem in Revenge of the Sith. The clones suddenly change sides when they say execute Order 66. What is Order 66, and how does it make them change sides? It doesn't really make sense.
Never explain it. Oh god, this final lightsaber fight is terrible.
Now we get to the final climax.
For me, this is the worst lightsaber fight in Star Wars.
I don't think it's terrible, but it's just the bit in the dark which is really bad, and the Yoda one. Take him.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't really seen Christopher Lee in this movie yet.
As you see, my Jedi powers are from.
What I don't understand is why does Dooku have like a crooked lightsaber?
He's got a bent lightsaber. Looks like a fucking dick. The midi-chlorians formed Dooku's lightsaber.
Wouldn't it make it more awkward with a crooked lightsaber to fight people?
Exactly. You disappoint me. Yeah.
It really annoys me as well that Dooku just kicks Obi-Wan's arse and Anakin's arse so easily.
I'm just annoyed at such terrible dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, surely.
Get back to the forward command center.
No. Gather what troops you can. We've got to get to that cave. Get a transport.
It's 2 hours 6 minutes.
Ugh. Boring.
B-O-R-I-N-G. Like, how did
Dooku just
Obi-Wan?
Dooku kicks his arse so easily.
He also kicks Anakin's ass as well. Not even Anakin in this one.
Just the lamest lightsaber fight for me.
And then he has two lightsabers.
Yeah, Dooku still beats him when Anakin has 2 lightsabers. What?
Yeah, and he cuts the green one away.
Yeah.
Why does he cut the lights off?
It's just stupid. And this scene, why are they just holding their lightsabers above their head? They're just twirling their lightsabers above their head now. They're not even hitting each other.
I think it's just to make the lighting look cool, but that's it.
Yeah, it's stupid. Look, he just cut off his arm so easily.
Dooku's an old man. Did Christopher Lee do all of that, or did he have a stuntman?
Yeah. Oh god, this scene with Yoda. Oh god.
Just when George couldn't give us enough.
Oh god.
Master Yoda. Why is he called Count?
Ugh.
Accountant Dooku. Can steal for money.
I mean, this fight between Dooku and Yoda should have all just been them using the Force, not Yoda jumping around like a fucking idiot, with a lightsaber.
Yeah. Another sign that George Lucas has betrayed the fans that made him, and that he cannot.
I mean, it's like what you said, Ollie. Yoda's all about the Force. He's not about lightsabers and flips and tricks and all this crap.
again, but it works in Revenge of the Sith because he's taking on Darth Sidious. But that was a good fight, and it needed to have a lightsaber then. But just have it like everything before they is fine.
It's just the lightsaber is awful.
You still have.
Instead of the lightsaber.
Oh,
God.
there we go.
It's just so bad. Like, Yoda's, he's an old man. This is just stupid. And the sounds he makes like that. This is terrible.
So tiny, he's like a midget, and Dooku is waving his lightsaber anywhere.
I mean, Christopher Lee is literally finding a CGI character. And just the sounds Yoda's making is just so stupid. Oh, this is awful.
They ruined Yoda in the prequels.
Yeah.
Even though he's not so bad in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. The lightsaber fight between Darth Sidious makes sense, but the lightsaber fight with Dooku and Yoda is just terrible. I mean, and this lightsaber fight, the lightsaber fight between Dooku, Anakin, and Yoda, it's just so anticlimactic. It's only like for 5 minutes, less than that.
To be honest, I'm glad it doesn't go on too long. I don't think we could have.
Yeah, I mean, Yoda, that's terrible. Worst lightsaber fight for me, Yoda and Dooku. It's just stupid.
At least now the film is finally coming to an end.
Yeah. Oh. Yawn.
Oh, now. Like, why even bother shooting at him? For a movie called Attack of the Clones are barely in it.
Yeah, exactly. Attack of the... More like Attack of the...
Attack of the Groans. The fact that Anakin... Let's not forget the fact that Anakin's arm was cut off. That's all Obi-Wan's fault. That's all Obi-Wan's fault. Everything Obi-Wan's fault.
What I don't understand is his arm has been cut off. Why is he not bleeding to death?
I guess they didn't want to make it too graphic.
Or maybe the lightsaber just cauterizes the wound.
But then again, it's always been like that for Star Wars. Often, and there was no blood.
I think the lightsaber, because it's so hot, just cauterizes the wound, like makes it solid.
And also, like Revenge of the Sith, Anakin gets burnt to a crisp, and that was, graphic.
I don't see the point of Palpatine in Attack of the Clones. He's only in it for like 2 seconds as Emperor Palpatine.
His full plan, because in the causing tension between the Trade Federation and the Republic. In this movie, he's barely in it, and then Revenge of the Sith, he reveals himself as the bad guy. It's like, oh, well, that came out of nowhere.
Ugh. Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You've done well.
Well, imagine if he called him Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Palpatine planned this out really well. Over years, to take over the galaxy. He planned it out really well. Like, why does he want to get rid of Dooku? Is it because Dooku's old? A younger apprentice, like Anakin,
Yeah, I think that's the reason. This movie doesn't feel right.
The dark side.
Dooku. Dooku had
Coup.
Creating mistrust for his ways.
Oh.
Nevertheless,
2 hours, 13 minutes. It just doesn't end.
I just want to go to sleep, honestly. Just, like I said earlier, I'm on the...
Without the clones, it wouldn't have been a victory. Good film. The Shroud of the Dark Side. That's what Jeremy Johns said they should have called this movie instead of Attack of the Clones. That's the thing. A misleading title.
Yeah.
Whilst the clones do attack, they don't attack to the very end.
Yeah, Shroud of the Dark Side's a better name.
Nice to have the John Williams soundtrack.
That's one of the only good things about this movie. This 2 hour, 20-minute mess.
Palpatine Army.
Oh, the wedding scene.
Do you talk? I do.
My Anakin's got a metal hand.
Why is it that C-3PO and R2-D2 come to the wedding, but nobody else does?
Yeah.
Like, I know they want to keep it a secret, but why do they bring the droids?
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
stupid.
And now he's got a metal arm. Like, more time, fucking.
If he tries to finger her, like, the metal gets stuck there.
Oh,
I don't like metal. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
yeah. I wonder if that priest, like, what if that priest just told everybody that, oh, I married them?
Well, fucking done.
Great job, George.
That was a sarcastic clapping. That wasn't clapping in a good way.
That was a bit of a
Sarcastic
struggle.
classic. Yeah. Can I ask, Ollie, were you on the edge? Were you on the edge of your sleep?
Yeah, I mean, it was better than. That's all I can say.
I mean, for me, it's easily my least favorite Star Wars film.
Well, Great School by John Williams, starring Ewan McGregor. Well, Attack of the Clones. What can I say? That was long.
Yeah,
that was too.
Yeah.
The Lucas manages to muff the story so much. I mean, I thought the story in Phantom Menace was appalling, but this, God, he just doesn't know how to structure the story.
Or the film. I mean, 2.5 hours couldn't have gone by slower.
Oh. Well, thankfully, Revenge of the Shit is a lot better than this.
Attack of the Snores.
Hayden Christensen is a joke. It was just so laughable.
And the dialogue. Being around her again. It's intoxicating. You know, like, you're in my very soul, tormenting me.
Stand up. I'm sitting down for too long.
God. I remember my uncle years ago gave me the DVD of Attack of the Clones, probably because he didn't want to watch that shit again.
Only George Lucas could have realised how bad these prequels were. Well, until the third one.
Yeah. I mean, God, just horrendous. God, I mean, I'd have rather slit my throat than watch that again.
Like Daniel Craig, you'd rather slash your wrists than watch this.
God, I mean, just everything about this sucks. I mean, the only good thing in it is the John Williams soundtrack and Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
I mean, the dialogue is terrible. The CGI, there's just far too much of it. I mean, and the whole plot, the clothes, just makes no sense. Like when it comes to the original trilogy.
But I think the biggest issue is the script by George Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't have written this, and he should not have fucking directed this. I mean, like his direction of Phantom Menace. I mean, before Phantom Menace, the last film he directed was A New Hope, and that was 22 years before. His direction is so rusty, you know.
Hayden Christensen, just fucking well done.
You think he would have learned from Phantom Menace? You think that after he said, "I think I've gone too far in a few places," he would have learned to, you know, maybe structure the film a bit better, or get someone else to write the script, or get someone else to direct it. But no.
All he does is add more action into the CGI.
It's not even really directed by George Lucas. I mean, someone made the film on a fucking computer. He didn't direct that, you know.
It adds nothing to the saga. I mean, I used to like it more as a kid, but now it's kind of difficult to sit through it, really.
I know. I mean, but even as a kid, it was my least favorite. But like, no, it's just a pain in the arse. I mean, you know, if it comes to Star Wars, I'd say skip the first two. Just watch Revenge of the Sith. You don't really need to see the first two.
Exactly. You can actually understand the story just fine without Phantom Clone.
Yeah, I mean, God, Attack of the Clones. What a mess. What an absolute mess.
I mean, there's a couple of nice set references to the originals, but they don't say shit. They don't say jack shit. The pacing is poor. It's too long.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was generous in my review, giving it 4 out of 10. I'd probably have to bump that down to maybe a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, 10.
Like,
I mean, also just. Like,
I mean, the only thing that is good is Ewan McGregor and the soundtrack. That's it.
Well, and Ian McDermott as well.
Well, yeah, but that's really it.
And Christopher Lee. Yeah. And Christopher Lee tries his best.
Although he's wasted.
Oh, he's in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, just a drag to sit through. I mean,
for me. So well done, George. Well done. Like I said, you know, well, and then the Attack of the Clones was better. It was slamming your head in the car door. So, and then he said Revenge of the Sith is the best of the prequels, and easily. Oh, well, that's the end of that shit.
So what did Mark Kermode say about the prequel? Sorry.
He thought it was one of the worst movies ever made. He said Attack of the Clones so was slamming your head in a car door, and Revenge of the Sith is. Well, he said it wasn't much to say Revenge of the Sith was the best.
Like Revenge of the Sith, though, either.
No. Well, say Jack, I'm dying for a piss.
Yeah. Well, fucking sucks.
Anyway,
Hopefully we can do a commentary next time on a better film.
Yeah. Revenge of the Sith. To be Star Wars, but yeah. No, I thought it might be good to commentate on Attack of the Clones. Anyway, so
and you're probably going to do a review of it now, since you did a review of Phantom Menace.
I might record it now. I might. Oh, anyway, thank you for watching and listening. Stay tuned, guys. As always, I'm Mac. See ya.